The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, 39 years old and a Nobel Peace Prize winner, and the leader of the nonviolent civil rights movement in the United States, was assassinated in Memphis tonight.
I have a dream.
I want my little girls and boys to be judged by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin.
Racism is an ideology, a structure, process involving systemic.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a man that changed the civil rights movement for the better. The civil rights movement started in 1953 and lasted for over 13 years. It addressed the racial problems, and the Fourth and Fifth Amendment were not to be kept. Martin Luther King Jr. was one of the many civil rights movers, but let's go back to where it all started.
Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 5th, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. His name used to be Michael King Jr., and he lived in a small house with his two siblings. King did not think much about the unfair treatment of black people until he made a friend that is white. His parents then stopped him from playing with him because we are white and you are colored. When he told his parents that, they had a long discussion with him about the history of slavery and racism. King then stated that he was determined to hate all white people. But when King saw his father stand up to racism, he knew he was going to become a civil rights mover. Racism and discrimination were much more common back then. However, on August 28, 1963, more than 200,000 people all came and gathered around the Lincoln Memorial in Washington because of jobs and freedom. The roster of speakers included speakers from a lot of segments of society. Each of the speakers was allowed 15 minutes, but the day belonged to the young and charismatic leader of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Martin Luther King Jr. was supposed to make a brief explanation of his sufferings and discrimination as an African American. He was about to sit down, but a gospel singer named Mahalia Jackson called out to him saying, "Tell them about your dream, Martin. Tell them about the dream." He was encouraged by shouts from the audience, so King was ready to give a speech.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream.
King's I Have a Dream speech was delivered on August 28, 1963, during the March on Washington. It was a call for freedom and equality for black people. The media was going crazy with newspapers. It became one of the most popular speeches in history. It was especially important for the civil rights movement and one of the most iconic speeches in American history. Martin Luther King Jr. was shot and killed on Thursday, April 4th, 1968, on top of his balcony in the second-floor room at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee. James R. Wright admitted to assassination due to racial motivations. Due to this, there was a major racial outbreak, killing 40 people and damaged hundreds of cities. Multiple people spoke out to this, saying it was disgusting and unhuman what he did. But James would later go on to say that he was allegedly framed.
In the end, whether for the better or the worst, Martin Luther King Jr. changed the civil rights movement forever.